Nice one. So we're going live. Atrium spawn for the Marines, sub-axis spawn for the aliens. Pretty simple. onFire, you've got Smaragor in the command chair, Duffman, Soma, Karrigan, Zero Master, and Vindaloo. And for Raze, you've got Cryptic in the command chair, Peon, Marine, Bacon Sardine, Lucas, and Bruno Sardine. So 2 different sardines. Nice spread there. Actually, look at that split. That's hard to even quantify. It's like a 5 singular split with these guys. Nice job from Zero Master tagging Bacon Sardine there. And in fact, you can see how aggressive these Marines are and how well it's working. Something I mentioned in the previous cast. The team that hunts together tends to succeed more. So you can see, look at these Marines. They're pushing through. They're finding the aliens and they're dealing with them on their own terms. So you can see these guys coming through, finding the aliens, doing damage and forcing them to retreat. And that's working very well. Look at this. They're spreading. It's slow and steady. You can see they're sort of bubbling out. But it's working well. We've got Bruno Sardine, Bacon Sardine taking on Vindaloo and Karrigan. They're both parasited. So they are too vulnerable at the moment to actually be building, I think. There's the pick. Bacon Sardine coming with a nice bit of speed onto Karrigan's side. Flanks, misses the second bite. There it is. The medpacks come in but don't quite save him. And it looks like some success on the left side of the map as well. You've got Soma here, and he's now alone. He's parasited. Lucas loudly coming up behind, and Soma will turn, try and take the fight. And there's the spot. There's the shooting. Actually, let's get a quick tag on that. So we're trying to take these 2 guys. He's parasited and then he gets caught out. But that's overall pretty successful for the Marines. They're doing quite well. Good job from Bacon Sardine taking on Vindaloo just when the pistol's on. But he actually went for his pistol before, emptying his rifle, allowing him to get that kill. The extractor's taking damage. It's already low, but Karrigan should be able to defend that from the onFire team. And I believe he's a new member of the onFire team. So it's interesting to see these new members and how well they do. Zero Master. He's a little bit more of a veteran to the onFire team. You've got Raze, top Marine. On Alien. He's jumped down, actually. It's hard to even tell what's going on there. You can see whatever, we'll move on. 2 Marines. Pushing past Lucas. Parasite onto Duffman. Lucas, he's thinking about it. He wants to outsmart these guys. He doesn't want to try and fight them. He gets spotted by Duffman with the early shotgun. Now, that's an interesting idea, an early shotgun. In fact, onFire have got a lot of interesting stuff going on right now. So they've got 4 extractors plus 2. 40 T-res saved. They've got the shotgun upgrade and no arms lab. That's very untraditional. And we'll see if it pans out. Usually it doesn't. The shotguns, if you invest a lot of P-res into the shotguns without armor or weapons upgrades, you could lose fights a lot easier, a lot more easily, and then that P-res investment can be lost and it'd be impossible to recover that. Zero Master with a 4v1, 5v1 in fact, if he'd lasted any longer. Does get a kill though. Soma, he's got a lot to deal with, but that means the right hand side of the map is undefended, and as soon as that's called, which it should be, those guys are going to take on ventilation. Duffman with a single shotgun, he's going to really struggle to take these guys on. He could pull it off. There's too many aliens. He could have pulled it off, but it would have been extremely difficult. And that's 1 shotgun, as I mentioned. They will not recover that. And they probably wouldn't have had much of a chance, even without even with upgrades. But that's certainly a shotgun they won't be recovering. Karrigan and Vindaloo, you can see the impact they're having though. They invested a huge number of skulks onto the left side, and in fact they've split those guys up. 2 guys go down in crevice, we just noticed there, the top left of the map. And then we got 3 skulks picking up the shell upgrade, 4 skulks. This is the commander as well then, because 2 have just died. And really nice job taking out the harvester. They lose a shotgun, but they get a harvester. Is it worth it? It's hard to know for sure, but I think so. Raised down to 2 harvesters, onFire on 5 extractors, and a +1 in flight control. That's really nice to see. Zero Master going on to Bacon Sardine. Tagged. Nice corner. Yes, really nice. Jumps down, grabs a little bit of speed, bit of height. Takes on Zero Master using the parasite to essentially have vision of him, and that's all you need. Reactor core. 3v1. Karrigan with a shotgun. Bruno Sardine above him. Might drop down with Lucas. Lucas might go down in 1 shot though. Really nice blast from Karrigan. And Bruno Sardine is on the extractor trying to finish it. That might be a smart move because it's only on 10% at the moment. Really nice job from Karrigan. Blasting through, taking a shotgun bust onto him. Very well done. Zero Master with a rifle onto the defense of Crevice. Actually almost takes him. Peon down. Really good job from Peon though, taking it down to 47% at this point. But onFire are doing a great job. They're just about managing to defend and attack all at once, and that's a really nice balance they've found. Duffman 1v1 with the rifle. He's parasited, he's low. Top Marine takes it. Looks like Crossroads might be vulnerable. Actually got a bit of a reinforcement. Zero Master there. So if there was going to be any damage, it would have been minimal. He actually looks to retreat and maybe go somewhere else. I'm not sure where else he wants to go. Probably Reactor Core. Flight control looks like Soma probably just went down. Yep, Soma has gone down, leaving the left side undefended. Zero Master actually rotating, leaving Crossroads undefended. So if they call this correctly, they can do a lot of extractor damage. Bruno Sardine on the roof. Zero Master should realise this, be aware of this. Nice drop attack. Misses the next few bites, but the first one was very nice. And now This is looking good for the aliens. They've opened up some holes in the marine defense, and they may be able to use this to start taking down some of these extractors. Armor 1's completed. Shotguns are already on the field. Weapons 1 on its way. Phase gate's on its way. So the Marines are looking to get a lot stronger over the next 60 seconds, but this is the time for the aliens to really step it up. I really think this is the time for them to start taking advantage of the fact that things are a little bit even at the moment, and they won't be soon enough. Peon with this lurk. Finally the lurks. I didn't even mention that, but the lurks are very, 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 very late. The 5.5 minute lurk is significantly delayed. And they're only going one lurk. Looks like Lucas has grabbed a lurk as well. Peon not upgraded his lurk. He hasn't got the shell upgrade. And Lucas has, but he's not yet on the board. This is a crush. Nice job actually taking out one of those Marines nice and early, securing the victory. And that's another shotgun that's down. So if we look at the situation overall, you can see the upgrades massively in favour of the Marines. Aliens are doing pretty well. They're staying on top of things. They've got a lot of T-res saved. Things are looking alright. But I think the P-res situation is looking moderate for the Marines. There's definitely a circumstance there that they have to watch out not to spend too much on shotguns, lose a lot of shotguns, and then have none later on when the fades come up. So that's something they have to be aware of, but it looks good at the moment. Zero Master taking a 1v1. Again, defending the extractors, really well done. Here comes Peon alone. He takes a huge amount of damage. Zero Master steps it up. That was awesome. Takes him down to 3%. Doesn't quite finish him. And if he had, I would have been extraordinarily impressed. But overall, that was a really nice play from him. Great aim. Duffman, alone at this point, losing his teammate. You got a Skulk and a Lurk on top of him. Those guys were low, but it would have been a tough choice to take those two on. At the moment, you've got a huge number of extractors. I mean, that's not even an accurate representation at this point. The Marines are doing great in terms of map control, and they are dealing with any Skulks trying to get through that defensive line very well. That extractor is finally going to go down, but you can see how late it is. 3 extractors are going to be taken out at that 7-minute mark. That's kind of delayed. That's kind of really late, especially when you're losing 2 harvesters yourself. Look at this double drifter play. I mean, they've got a lot of T-res to spend. In fact, they did invest a lot of T-res. Looks like into the biomass. And the double lurk play finally working together to try and clear up Marines, but they're struggling because there's weapons 1, armor 1, and Zero Master is a beast, it looks like. He's doing really well. Finally he gets cleared up. Good job from the Marine Commander Smaragor there with the Marine med packing. The phase gates are sorted though. Look at this. This is some of the best phase gate positions you can have, allowing you to control, essentially with this phase gate, those two, Crossroads allows you to control all of that, and Computer Lab as well. It's just fantastic. Allows you to hold 6 extractors and be aggressive. Denies one of the alien harvesters. Really, really great positioning with these phase gates. Flight controls receives a being a harass. Got Bruno Sardine. He's going to find it difficult to get through Crossroads with that phase gate there. And they actually allow him to get through, and he's going to harass Crevice and flight control. That's going to open up some vulnerability though. There's no defense right now if those guys are in there. They've got a serious problem with defense when they send 2 guys to harass. They've got to have a backup plan. You got Duffman and Sober with the rifles, weapons 2, armor 1 at this point. They haven't been welded though, so these guys could go down to spikes quite easily. And if they stay aggressive, they'll definitely take these guys out. Here's Top Marine with the Skulk. Nice job staying behind the whip, reducing the damage he was going to take. And the spikes are phenomenal from Lucas and probably Peon as well. Really good job taking those guys out. And in fact, if you look at the extractors at this point, we're on 3 extractors for onFire, 2 harvesters for Raze. Slightly balancing the circumstances, but the upgrades are still heavily in the Marine favour. Really good job, Lurks. Oh, that was a bit of a mistake, taking on a phase gate despite the fact that those respawn waves were coming through. And they had 2 guys at Computer Lab. That was a mistake to come through to Crossroads, I think. I really think being defensive and healing up and finding another fight to take on, going for the extractors as they had been doing, would have been a better choice. And at this point, we're going to be seeing the fades soonish. But we've got the weapons 2 armor 1 shotguns to contend with. Bruno Sardine, both the Sardine players coming through. Carrigan's heard it, he's got a shotgun, he can take these guys on, and in fact these guys know it. They don't want to take that on. Smart decision not to take him on. That would have been a very bad call. They would have been cleared up and achieved nothing. Although you have to worry because they're actually sort of achieving nothing. Maybe grouping up for a push onto Crossroads. It'll be tough. Very tough. In fact, wow. So they're spending a lot of time floating around together. Maybe going to Comp Lab? It looks like the aliens really aren't sure what to do. And it is a tough one to call. What do you say to do at this point? With these amazing phase gate positions, it makes it extremely difficult for the aliens to get through. You got 3 guys here, 2 shotguns and a rifle. Nice shotgun blast from Duffman there, and they're clearing up these Skulks. Really good job. The Skulks are in position, but they're getting cleaned up. A lot of damage, and Top Marine is still alive. Look at the med packs. That's crazy. Look at all those med packs on the ground. And Zero Master comes in to deal with the lurk. Hopefully the med packs come in this time, making it a lot more difficult for the spikes to clear him. And Peon gets inside the hive. That's the lurk inside the hive, because he's really trying to deal with the fact that there's a lot in his base attacking them right now. The P-Res is in position for the fades, but the circumstance is not there. They have to defend first. And a great job from Soma actually getting a kill with the friendly fire involved. But the aliens have finally cleared that up, but all that delayed time allows onFire to extract huge amounts of resources. And look at this significant difference. Again, another game where there's a significant disparity between the resource gathering. Vindaloo and Duffman looking to retake the phase gate position in Comp Lab. Someone cleared it up, not quite sure who. Double Fades now in position. The phase gate's dropped. This is going to be a big fight. You can see the mucus membrane being dropped. Not a great position from me there. You can see the Fades are actually getting a lot of damage. Top Marine with 1% HP. Just the Gal gets out there with very low health. That's the phase gate finished. This is tough fights for the aliens. They got the 2 Fades, the single lurk, the double skulk, and a commander with the mucus membrane. So they did go for the shell upgrade, which gives them more defense but makes it harder in combat. Bacon Sardine gets caught out on this section of the wall with the shotgun pointed at his back and almost gets taken out. Arc plays coming in. onFire, very rich, can easily afford an arc play. Data core is still not built for the aliens, so they're looking very poor at the moment. So the longer the game goes, the more advantage the Marines take. Looks like Zero Master was the call to come and defend Reactor Core, leaving him vulnerable to a side attack with the Lurk and the Skulk. And perhaps even the base vulnerable too. If Lucas can get the kill, actually Zero Master pulls it off perfectly. Now the base is defended. There's no way that those 2 guys could take the base. 3 guys perhaps, and it would have been tough even then, but he got the kill with that pistol. That makes a huge difference. The Fades at this point, they're really not getting much done. It looks like they're sort of flying around trying to find weaknesses, but the play is all aggressive. Sentries, arcs, and they're just going to have to defend, and it's going to be very difficult with the sentries there that are going to force damage and make sure the fights essentially are short engagements. And so either the Fades kill the Marines really quickly, which can be negated through medpacks, or they have to retreat. So that's really nice play. The Drifters here, they're taking a lot of damage, especially with the damage pervading through the Drifters. The bullets go through them. Nice bar bomb, nice bar bomb. That's actually significant. So this is one of the updates we saw from the balance mod, is that the bar bomb can come up a lot earlier for a lot cheaper, and it's making a huge impact with the sentries and the arcs. Nice job, Soma taken out from a sneak attack from Bruno, and in fact Duffman's checking the vent. You can see there that his teammates get taken out, and in fact this is looking vulnerable for the aliens. They might be able to recover from this attack. Hive is very healthy. Bar bomb onto the arcs. And even the phase gate's vulnerable. They've actually managed to get in a position where it's grinded now, and the Marines that come through will be taken out. There is an update to the balance mod where Marines can only come through 2 per second. You've got a 0.5 second delay. So when someone comes through, the next Marine has to wait 0.5 seconds. It's not quite a queue, it's just the phase gate won't activate until that time has come through. Very good job finally clearing up the comp lab position. But the Marines are extremely rich, and so it's probably going to be difficult to fully take back Computer Lab. You can see they've already moved back into position to get the phase gate back up. And what you got right now is essentially a Marine team that's extremely rich, is very aggressive, making it difficult for the aliens to recover at all. Even if they win a fight, it's a defensive fight, and they eventually are just going to get out-teched. Good job taking out the Arc Factory. That's only about 20-25 T-Res, not quite sure of the specific amount. Top Marine with the Fade, just about gets out. Peon with the Lurk, risking his life there. But they have to be extremely risky to try and take high reward. Good job from Bruno Sardine. Looks like he might have just taken out this extractor here. And at this point, you still have to go for extractors, but they're not necessarily the highest priority because the Marines already have quite a lot of upgrades. Actually, that's not quite true. They've only got Weapons 2 Armor 1, and they haven't received any upgrades recently. And perhaps that's why we're seeing the aliens turning this around a little bit, is the fact that they're not going for the Weapons 3. They're going for the Arc play, and maybe that's the mistake that might cost them. We'll see if this turns around, and if it does, that's probably why. Peon with the Lurk going for the Harass, and in fact, you can see a lot of Harass being very successful. Sticking them down to 4 extractors soon if Lucas is successful in this harass, which he might be because Carrigan's the only defender, and he's busy in Crossroads. So this is looking good for the Marines, but it's certainly a slower pace at this point. They had a lot of momentum before. In fact, the team kills might show that. Look at that! So they were way ahead. You can see the disparity there. I don't need to draw the lines are already there. But look at that recovery. Fantastic job from Raze. That's really nice to see. Carrigan 1v1, and now I was right. He did come into position, but he was late, and the extractor goes down. And now they're going to have to invest in recapping. They're actually sending the Mac to do it. That's genius. That's really good. So the weakness would have been sending Marines around, spreading them out to different locations, and leaving the phase gates undefended. But if you send the Mac to do it, Your phase gates are not undefended. And it's slow and steady to get the max to do it, because they take forever. They're maybe a third of the speed of a Marine, so it can be maybe about 30 seconds to build an extractor, but if it frees up a Marine, that's pretty valuable. We're losing the infestation here. They have lost a shell. The Arcs are doing wonderful work dealing with the Harvester and the shells, and these shells are doomed because there's no infestation, even though the Gorge is there. Not quite in position. And this is looking really bad for the aliens, but it was a nice little recovery from them. The Arc play clearly looks like it's going to be the game changer. Now that makes sense because the aliens are struggling to win combat, and the Arcs force the aliens to come to the Marines. And the Marines are pretty confident and pretty strong with these combats. You can see actually the Shotgun Blasts are doing pretty well. The Harvester is down and they lose the Arc, so that's a huge investment they will lose. But the amount of damage they did is significant. Carrigan 1v1 up against Bacon Sardine. Good job taking him out. It was a pretty standard fight, nothing too significant. But it's nice to clear these guys out. You've got two Fades, Lurk and a Gorge. Gorge with Bile Bomb, trying to smash these guys with that Bile Bomb. He can weaken their armor and let the Fades come in, and a double swipe maybe takes them out. You can see Soma there had the opportunity to be taken out with a double swipe. Fade wasn't feeling like he wanted to do it. This is a hard fight to take, and they're probably predicting the Weapons 3, but there is no Weapons 3. It's just Weapons 2. There's the Bile Bomb. The Bile Bomb's being pretty awesome at this point. You can see the huge impact it's having. It's slowing these guys down. And in fact, Vindaloo feeling a little bit more brave, coming in. You can see this corner here. They're all trying to edge round. The two Fades hiding by the Hive, trying to get the heals up. The Gorge recklessly going with the Bile Bomb, but it's working very well. You can see these guys covered in acid. Reducing their armor completely to 0 at this point. I mean, they've got some guy welding them behind them. It takes time, though, for one guy to weld everyone up. Good counter-offensive. Looks like a Lurker Skulk and a Fade have taken up Crossroads Phase Gate. That's not a game changer, but it's certainly an opportunity. Bacon Sardines, single Fade defend, and then actually there's 5 aliens at this point defending. They have to deal with the Arc. The Hive is on 40%. This is the engagement. A Fade goes down to some fantastic shotgun blast from Zero Master. Zero Master has played extraordinarily well. His aim has been really fantastic. And actually, the Marines all go down. And the damage is still coming in. The Arcs are still harassing that Hive. And 5 blasts, and it's dead. 5 blasts, and there's 2 Arcs there. Looks like the Gorge probably will take it out. I don't think they will have to worry in the Mucus Membrane. It's not very significant, though. Jeez, it's close. I mean, they're leaving it close there. I'm not sure why I'm watching it. It's a little bit boring. But they went for the base. It's got the most potential, of course. Oh, there's the Fade. I should have stayed watching it. So, at this point, they do lose the Arc. There's a good game called. So, their Hive was extremely low. Yeah, that all makes sense. Okay, great.